Creating small water droplets is a great way to practice some very gentle 3-2-1-0 fades. Start out with your paper going long ways. Then it doesn't have to be perfect, but fold your paper in half. Your paper should look something like this. Fold this shape in half yet again. And you can either have it go this way or that way. That's perfectly fine. I'm just going to put mine this way. Our workspace is small because I want to keep our water droplets small. The smaller the water droplets are, the easier they are to do. If our water droplets get to be any bigger than this, then some more complex fades have to come in, and I don't think that everyone is ready just yet for that. So we're keeping things small for a reason. I've zoomed in, but as a reference, your water droplets are pretty much the size of the very end of your finger or smaller. It's okay if some of them are kind of wobbly. A lot of times water is not a perfect circle, and it is kind of wobbly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to do 12. 5, 6, 7. Sometimes put some extra small ones next to your larger ones. A lot of times gravity will pull these droplets downward. So we'll create kind of an oval, a wobbly oval where the bottom of the oval has more weight or is slightly larger than the top of the oval. You don't have to put yours in the same place as mine. Here's an example of the shadow we're about to do on the lower left side of each droplet. It's a level 2, 1, 0 pressure, 2 being the closest, 2, 1, 0. It's an extremely thin fade. I have to get the paper where I don't see a glare to go very, very close to the edge. Very light level 2 pressure. And then level 1 into nothingness. I'll choose another one. Let's do this one up here. I'm not going to the left. Here is the whole left side. I'm not starting up here. I'm doing like the lower left. If the circle did have a corner, that's kind of the area that I'm doing this 2, 1, 0 thin little fade in. My pencil's barely touching the paper. Getting in a gentle level 2. Pulling away to a very gentle level 1 into nothingness. What about these droplets that gravity is pulling towards? Well, the same type of reasoning. We want to do the lower left side, not the upper. So I'm going to choose the lower left half to gently put in a level 2, level 1, and blend it into nothingness. Already when I zoom out, this is starting to look realistic. Let's do some outlines, but we're not outlining the whole thing. Only going to level 3 or level 4 medium pressure outline the part of the shape that we've extended a shadow into. So just right here, I'll add a heavier outline. When I zoom out, you can tell that the ones that I've added a heavier outline to look even more three-dimensional. For this next part, we're doing some extremely gentle 3-2-1-0 fades, except in a very small area. I recommend you use a light or a bright color for this. Using black, grays, dark blues, or browns to do a very gentle 3-2-1 fade, you're going to struggle with that as a beginner. Zooming into this one right here, in the kind of top right area, I'm going to put in a 3-2-1-0 fade. Medium pressure level 3. That's as far as I'll go with my 3. Very slender level 2. And look at that contrast line. Buffing this contrast line out ever so gentle. With a level 1. We want a blank area. We want an area very close to this shadow where it's 0. Well, Miss Rochelle, what about these longer droplets? How do we handle that? Oh, okay. I'll zoom into one of our longer droplets. Choose you a color. I'll choose magenta for this. And like with the previous ones, just in the top right side, I'm going to lay in a 3. And that's my 3. It has a huge contrast line. Now I'm going to pull in a 2, which is going to fill up this diagonal area here. Going a bit lighter into my 2. I have another contrast line here, blurring that edge out into a 1. And keeping the lower left side 0, completely white. Then everywhere that the black shadow is not, I'm going to outline A color that you've made your droplet and outline everywhere that doesn't have the pencil shadow. So I'll start where the pencil shadow ends. I've actually already outlined it, but for the sake of a review, I'm going around all, not in the pencil, just everywhere that the pencil shadow was not. Here's another example. The red started right where the pencil shadow ended, and let's do a heavy outline. If you finish early and you want to experiment with something else, you can take a second color and choose a droplet and just kind of level one of the sides until it slightly changes color. To just experiment with some blends a little bit, you can. Let's see, maybe a magenta might look kind of cool. Blending it in just the upper right corner here. I know I have a lot of contrast lines here. I have to fix that in a second. Just adding a little extra color into them really takes them to another level.